Manchester United then play Stoke City Tuesday night in the Premier League, looking to get back to winning ways at home again after that 1-0 defeat against Southampton, which has left our top 4 place in jeopardy. Now, first bit of news, we're hearing that Nick Powell's now joined on loan to Hull City, which is the biggest bit of transfer news we've heard come out of Manchester United. We've been linked with a lot of players, but wasn't too sure that we would sign anyone this January. So good luck to him there. Hopefully he can get some much needed game experience there at a team that's probably going to be in the Premier League next season, or is challenging for the Premier League places, because they're top of the Championship currently. So hopefully if he can get a lot of game time there, it will do him the world of good. Now, we've still got, I think, a few injury concerns. I'm hearing Stoke have got a few injury concerns. Arnautovic and Shawcross could both be out of this game from what I heard yesterday. Hopefully they both can't play, because Arnautovic is a very good, well, he's a decent player for them. He scored a few goals for them. Certainly gets a lot of goals instinctively. But when he has a bit of time to think about things, he's not always that great. He squandered a couple of chances, saw against Man City where he squandered one when he had a lot of time to think about it. So, real instinct player there from him. So this is going to be another difficult game that causes all sorts of problems on Boxing Day, beating us 2-0 at Stoke City. So, obviously, them two are key players for them. They've obviously got Butland in goal, who's been absolutely fantastic for them. Could potentially be in the team of the season, along with David De Gea or Petr Cech this year for goalkeeper. So, he's having a fantastic season, only about 22 years of age, and potentially, I think he could be up there battling for the #1 England spot anytime soon, because I mean, Joe Hart's been decent again this year, but Jack Butland's only young. He's only about 22. Joe Hart's about 28. So potentially for the next tournament after the Euros could potentially be Jack Butland's chance. So he'll be in goal. They've obviously got Bojan and Shaqiri. Bojan scored obviously when we played them last time. Shaqiri, a bag of tricks on his day, can be fantastic. Doesn't do it quite enough for me, but was fantastic when I saw him against Man City when they battered them not so long ago. So it's going to be a really difficult game. Manchester United obviously have got injury concerns still. Bastian Schweinsteiger's out apparently for another month. Back four is going to be the same as it was the other day against Derby, and goalkeeper with Varela and Borthwick Jackson on either side, I presume, because as far as I know, Varela's still here. He was potentially going to go out on loan, but as of now, he is still on our books, unless anything changes between now and the end of the transfer window, which hopefully he doesn't go. Now, obviously the centre-halves, Blind and Smalling pick themselves at the moment. Jones is just never fit. Moving along, I would love to see Memphis Depay come back in and play on the right. Martial was tearing Derby up on the left, so he will definitely start on the left again. I know it was only Championship opposition, but he's definitely going to be on the left, because Wayne Rooney will be up top. Michael Carrick and Schneiderlin should be in the midfield. We've got to get Carrick back in the team. Even though he hasn't had the best of the season when he's played, he is still a fantastic player, and much better than Marouane Fellaini in that centre midfield position. And obviously it's going to be up to Louis van Gaal, I would say, whether he picks Herrera or Mata. I think Mata was in and out of that game against Derby. He didn't have the best of games, but he grabbed himself a goal. I would like to see him given another chance. You know, I mean, Herrera's done all right lately, but I think over consistent games, I'm not actually that convinced. I am a fan favourite of Herrera, but I'm not too sure if he's going to get to that elite level which Manchester United need over the coming years. But he is still a decent player, but I've gone for one Mata just behind Wayne Rooney. I think that is Mata's best position. If he can play there on a regular basis, then I do think that he could potentially be great again for Manchester United. Now, he has had his best games probably out wide for Manchester United, but and when he has played in that number 10 role, he hasn't been too good, but he's played predominantly out on the wide, and I just don't like that. Jesse Lingard should really come out the team along with Marouane Fellaini. Jesse Lingard has been dog shit in a lot of games this season, and people have started to realise that he probably isn't good enough to be a first team regular for Manchester United. Misses too many chances, his decision making isn't up to scratch. Hopefully he can still improve a bit, but to be honest, I don't think he's going to be a Manchester United regular and a first teamer over the coming years. I think probably his level maybe is a lesser Premier League club, but nice decent bloke, probably a bit like a Tom Cleverley to be honest, but he's playing for a Manchester United, and he scored a couple of goals this season, so everyone's going to rave about him. But really do need to get Memphis Depay back in I would put him on the right, because Martial will be back on that left. Again, really got to start playing him, because to get him into any sort of form, we really need to get him game time, because as we've seen with Di Maria, he's gone off and done decent at PSG, and I think Memphis Depay could probably be the same if we end up losing him, if he never gets a look in, because he will get fed up sitting on the bench. I mean, he cost nearly £30 million. I don't know what he's thinking not playing. I think it's going to be a tight game for Manchester United. If Wayne Rooney can continue his good goal scoring form, hopefully he can bag a goal. Maybe Martial can get back to scoring ways. He hasn't scored in the last 2 or 3 at least games. So hopefully he can get back to scoring ways, because that is probably the only part. He needs to maybe score another few goals. He's only scored 8. Well, that isn't that bad for this season, but he is now playing out only on the out wide. He isn't playing central hardly at all now. So he's probably not going to score as many as he probably would in that central position. But that's about the only thing where he does definitely need to improve, because against Derby he could have had at least 1 goal in that game. He had 1 shot in the first half, which he should have done a lot better with, but hopefully that will improve with age. Anyway, I'm hoping Manchester United will win. I'm going to put my neck on the line and say we win 2-1, but it's going to be a tough game, I think. Anyway, thanks for watching. Like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I'll talk to you all again soon. See ya.